Every single day, you're making a choice. You might not realize it, but you are. You're choosing between two paths. Sacrifice now and build the life you want, or avoid sacrifice now and live with regret later. There's no third option. There's no middle ground. Today, I'm going to show you exactly what you're sacrificing, what you're going to regret, and why the choice you make right now will determine everything about your future. If you're ready to stop avoiding hard truths and start making the sacrifices that create the life you actually want, hit that subscribe button right now. Because what I'm about to tell you is going to be uncomfortable, but it's exactly what you need to hear. Here's what nobody wants to admit. You're going to suffer either way. Either you suffer the pain of discipline now, or you suffer the pain of regret later. Either you sacrifice comfort now, or you sacrifice your dreams later. Either you give up what you want right now, or you give up what you want most. There's no avoiding pain. There's only choosing which pain you're willing to endure. Today, I'm breaking down 7 key sacrifices you need to make now and showing you exactly what you'll regret if you don't. Stay with me, because your entire future depends on the choices you make after hearing this. Sacrifice 1. Comfort. Sacrifice comfort now, or sacrifice your dreams later. You can't have both. Right now, you're choosing comfort. Sleeping in, staying on the couch, avoiding hard conversations, taking the easy path. And comfort feels good today, but comfort is expensive. The price you pay for comfort now is your future. Every time you choose comfort over growth, you're trading what you want most for what you want right now. And that trade is bankrupting your potential. Successful people understand this. They sacrifice comfort daily. They wake up early when they'd rather sleep. They work out when they'd rather rest. They work on their business when they'd rather watch TV. They have difficult conversations when they'd rather avoid conflict. They choose short-term discomfort for long-term success. And that daily sacrifice compounds into a life that most people only dream about. But if you keep choosing comfort, 10 years from now, you'll look back at this moment with crushing regret. You'll see opportunities you missed because you were too comfortable to pursue them. You'll see the person you could have become if you'd just been willing to be uncomfortable. You'll see the life you could have built if you'd sacrificed comfort. And that regret will hurt far more than any temporary discomfort ever could. Identify one comfort you need to sacrifice. Sleeping in? Wake up an hour earlier. Avoiding the gym? Start working out today. Staying in your dead-end job? Start building your exit plan. Pick one comfort that's costing you your future. Sacrifice it today. Feel the discomfort. Embrace it. Because that discomfort is building the life you actually want. Choose short-term pain for long-term gain, or choose short-term comfort for long-term regret. Your choice. Sacrifice 2. Instant gratification. Sacrifice instant gratification now, or sacrifice long-term fulfillment later. Choose one. You want it now. The pleasure, the reward, the satisfaction. So you give in. You eat the junk food. You spend the money. You skip the work. You take the shortcut. It feels good in the moment. But instant gratification is stealing your future. Every time you choose immediate pleasure, you're sacrificing delayed success. And delayed success is where all the real rewards live. This is the marshmallow test of life. Kids who could delay gratification, who could resist eating one marshmallow now to get 2, later became more successful adults. Why? Because they understood that waiting pays off. That patience creates better outcomes. That sacrificing now leads to abundance later. But kids who couldn't wait, they got their one marshmallow and nothing more. You're facing that choice every single day. Do you want one marshmallow now or 2 later? Do you want pleasure today or success tomorrow? Do you want to feel good for an hour or build something great for a lifetime? Most people choose instant gratification, and then they wonder why they're stuck, broke, unhealthy, and unfulfilled. You know why? Because they sacrifice their future for a moment of pleasure. For the next 7 days, practice delayed gratification. When you want to eat junk food, wait an hour. When you want to buy something impulsively, wait 24 hours. When you want to skip your workout, do it first thing instead. Train yourself to delay pleasure. Train yourself to sacrifice now for later. That's how you build discipline. That's how you build a future worth having. Stop giving in to instant gratification. Start investing in delayed success. Sacrifice 3. Bad relationships. Sacrifice toxic relationships now, or sacrifice your peace and potential later. You can't keep both. You're holding on to relationships that are destroying you. Friendships that drain your energy. Romantic relationships that kill your confidence. Family connections that keep you small. You know they're bad for you, but you're scared to let go. You're scared of being alone. You're scared of hurting feelings. So you keep them, and they keep destroying you. Here's what you need to understand. Every toxic relationship you keep is a sacrifice. You're sacrificing your peace, your growth, your time, your energy, your future. And for what? To avoid temporary discomfort? To avoid difficult conversations? To avoid being alone for a season? That's a terrible trade. You're giving up everything for nothing. If you don't sacrifice these relationships now, you will regret it later. You'll look back and realize how much time you wasted on people who didn't deserve it, how much energy you gave to people who drained you, how many opportunities you missed because you were carrying dead weight. That regret will eat at you because you'll know that you chose to stay because you were afraid. And fear cost you everything. Make a list of relationships that are draining you. Be honest. Who leaves you feeling worse after you interact with them? Who doesn't support your growth? Who keeps you stuck? Now make a decision. Create distance. Set boundaries. Or cut them off completely. It will hurt. It will be uncomfortable. But temporary pain now prevents permanent regret later. Sacrifice bad relationships now. Build great ones later. That's the trade. Make it. Sacrifice 4. Your ego. Sacrifice your ego now, or sacrifice your growth later. One must die for the other to live. Your ego is keeping you stuck. It won't let you admit you're wrong. It won't let you ask for help. It won't let you look foolish while learning. It won't let you start at the bottom. So you stay where you are comfortable, mediocre, unfulfilled because your ego refuses to let you be uncomfortable. And that ego is costing you everything. Successful people sacrifice their ego daily. They ask questions that make them look dumb. They admit when they don't know something. They accept criticism. They start over when necessary. And of Locks Day 2. End of Solf. 1. 1. 9. 1. 1. They're willing to be beginners. They're willing to fail publicly. They're willing to look foolish temporarily, to become excellent permanently. Their growth matters more than their ego. But if you protect your ego, if you refuse to look stupid, to ask for help, to admit mistakes, to start over, you will regret it. Because 10 years from now, you'll be in the exact same place you are today. Your ego will be intact, but your potential will be dead. And you'll realize that you sacrificed growth, success, and fulfillment just to protect your fragile ego. And that regret will crush you. Do something today that your ego hates. Ask a dumb question. Admit you don't know something. Try something new where you'll be terrible at first. Post your imperfect work publicly. Let your ego die a little, because every time your ego takes a hit, your growth gets a boost. Stop protecting your ego. Start building your skills. The person who's willing to look foolish temporarily becomes exceptional permanently. Be that person. Sacrifice 5. Distractions. Sacrifice distractions now, or sacrifice your goals later. Focus is the most valuable resource you have. Your life is full of distractions. Social media, Netflix, gossip, drama, entertainment, noise, and you're consuming all of it. Hours every day, scrolling, watching, wasting. And while you're distracted, your dreams are dying. While you're entertained, your goals are fading. While you're consuming, others are creating. And you wonder why you're not making progress. Distractions feel harmless. It's just an hour of TV. It's just scrolling for a bit. It's just catching up on gossip. But hours become days. Days become years. And years become a wasted life. Successful people are ruthless with distractions. They eliminate them. They protect their time. They protect their focus. They know that every minute spent on distractions is a minute stolen from their dreams. If you don't sacrifice distractions now, you'll regret it later. You'll look back and realize you wasted thousands of hours on things that didn't matter, on content that didn't improve you, on activities that didn't build anything. And you'll realize that if you'd invested even a fraction of that time into your goals, you'd be years ahead. But you can't get that time back. It's gone. Wasted. That's regret. Do a time audit this week. Track every hour. Where is your time actually going? How much time are you spending on distractions versus your goals? Be brutally honest. Then, eliminate one major distraction. Delete the app. Cancel the subscription. Remove the temptation. Protect your time like it's your most valuable asset, because it is. Sacrifice distractions now. Achieve goals later. That's the only path forward. Sacrifice 6. Excuses. Sacrifice excuses now, or sacrifice results later. You can have excuses or results. Never both. You have an excuse for everything. Why you can't work out. Why you can't start your business. Why you can't learn that skill. Why you can't change your life. And those excuses make you feel better. They let you off the hook. They justify your inaction. But here's the truth. Every excuse you make is a result you're sacrificing. Every reason you give for not taking action is a goal you're giving up on. Successful people don't make excuses. They make decisions. They don't justify inaction. They take action despite obstacles. They don't explain why they can't. They figure out how they can. They understand that excuses are comfortable, but results require sacrifice. And they'd rather have uncomfortable results than comfortable excuses. If you keep making excuses, you will regret it. One day, you'll be surrounded by people who had the same obstacles but overcame them. People who had less than you but achieved more. People who stopped making excuses and started making progress. And you'll realize that the only difference between you and them was that they sacrificed excuses. And that realization will haunt you. Write down your biggest excuse. The reason you give for not pursuing your goal. Now write this underneath it. This is a reason or an excuse. If others have overcome this, it's an excuse. Be honest. Is your obstacle real or is it an excuse? If it's an excuse, sacrifice it today. Stop saying it. Stop believing it. Start taking action despite it. Sacrifice the excuse. Claim the result. That's the trade. Sacrifice 7. Your old identity. Sacrifice who you were now, or sacrifice who you could become later. Your old self must die. for your new self to live. You're holding on to your old identity, the person you used to be, the habits you used to have, the beliefs you used to hold. And that old identity is keeping you stuck because you can't become someone new while clinging to someone old. Your old self has to die. The person who settles, the person who makes excuses, the person who quits, that person has to die for the new you to emerge. This is the hardest sacrifice because your identity feels like who you are. Letting go feels like losing yourself. But here's the truth. You're not losing yourself. You're finding yourself. The real you, the powerful, disciplined, successful you is buried under layers of limiting beliefs and old patterns. Sacrifice the old identity, and the real you emerges. If you don't sacrifice your old identity now, you'll regret it later. You'll stay the same person with the same results, living the same life. And one day, you'll realize that the person you could have become, the successful, fulfilled, purposeful version of you, died because you were too scared to let go of who you were. That's the deepest regret of all. Write down who you used to be, the old beliefs, the old habits, the old identity. Then write down who you're becoming, the new beliefs, the new habits, the new identity. Now make a choice. I am no longer old identity. I am new identity. Say it out loud. Believe it. Act like it. Kill the old you. Birth the new you. That's how transformation happens. Sacrifice who you were. Become who you're meant to be. You now know the 7 sacrifices you need to make. Comfort, instant gratification, toxic relationships, ego, distractions, excuses, and your old identity. Which one are you sacrificing first? Drop a comment. I'm sacrificing number, starting today. Let's hold each other accountable. We sacrifice together. We win together. Let me leave you with this final truth. You're going to pay a price either way. Either you pay the price of discipline now, or you pay the price of regret later. Either you sacrifice what you want right now, or you sacrifice what you want most. Either you endure temporary discomfort, or you endure permanent disappointment. There's no escaping pain. There's only choosing which pain you're willing to bear. The price of discipline weighs ounces. The price of regret weighs tons. Sacrifice now hurts for a moment. Regret later hurts forever. Short-term sacrifice creates long-term success. Short-term comfort creates long-term regret. The choice is yours, but choose wisely, because this choice determines everything. From this moment forward, every time you face a decision, ask yourself, am I choosing sacrifice or regret? Am I choosing what I want now or what I want most? Am I choosing comfort or dreams? And when you're tempted to take the easy path, remember this conversation. Remember that easy now means hard later. Remember that sacrifice now means success later. So what's it going to be? Are you going to sacrifice comfort, instant gratification, toxic relationships, ego, distractions, excuses, and your old identity? Or are you going to sacrifice your dreams, your potential, your peace, and your future? One requires temporary pain. One creates permanent regret. Choose sacrifice now. Regret nothing later. If this video gave you clarity on what you need to sacrifice, share it, like it, subscribe, and let's build a community of people who choose sacrifice over regret, who choose discipline over comfort, who choose their future over their feelings. Your life is in your hands. Choose wisely. Now go. Make the sacrifice. Build the future. And never look back with regret.